Okay, now being 12 p.m., I hereby call the February 2nd, 2026 meeting of the Plympton Board of Selectmen to order. This meeting is being recorded for public viewing by Area 58. The recording is not considered an official record of the board. The approved minutes of the meeting will serve as the official record of the proceedings. Our first agenda item this afternoon is an update from the Town Properties Committee. Mr. Boyer?
Yeah, so, thank you. So Pierre Boyer, Chairman of the Town Properties Committee. I think the first thing
Excuse
we
me.
want to...
Do you mind just coming up here, Mr. Boyer, just because they've got the,
Are those mics turned on?
They are.
you should be.
They are.
You can't hear us?
Not that well.
I'm
but
deaf, so.
they're not.
Move them closer.
I don't think these are,
mean,
these
not that I have anything-
microphones, excuse me, these microphones do not reflect off of, this is for the recording. So I don't
Right.
know if those have to get turned on.
Should be.
Let me
We
ask.
had the PA though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What did you just say?
Are you being
It's not the same.
It's two separate systems, so this one's, these work for just the recording for
amplify.
that. The PA is to amplify in the whole room itself.
Yeah, but I have the same microphone, did both. No?
No, it's two different systems.
Gotcha. We put a warrant article together to do that? Or?
testing? There you go.
There we go.
Screen. Okay.
All right. So the first item we wanted to propose is just around changing of the mission statement from the Town Properties Committee. I don't know if the Selectmen had a chance to review the overall statement. If not, I can read it here, and we're just looking for approval to update it to the town website.
Why don't you go ahead and read it so it'll be in the record?
Town Properties Committee advises the Board of Selectmen and Town Administrator on conditioned use and long-term planning regarding town-owned buildings and grounds as may be requested by the Board of Selectmen and/or Town Administrator. The committee assesses facility needs, prioritizes maintenance, coordinates project planning, works to obtain cost estimates, and ensures that municipal properties remain safe, functional, and accessible. It ensures public buildings and lands are designed and maintained consistent with Plympton's rural character and community identity, allowing for smart growth while helping preserve our natural resources. The committee's scope applies only to town-owned buildings, land, and associated facilities, and is at the discretion and direction of the Board of Selectmen.
There were a couple, I mean,
That incorporated what we
yeah, but it's not exactly what we have here, but that's,
had. There's one, they added an and/or town administrator.
yeah, and then there was something else later. I mean, I'm fine with it, I just, it's not exactly what we have here.
Okay.
I'm fine with it, too.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank you.
The next thing we wanted to propose is just a formal process so that all town employees understand what the process is for a request on a town properties building or piece of land, meaning who do they go to when there's a request to fix something within a town property. Right, so we had a meeting a couple of months ago where the Recreation Commission came in and wanted to fix, wanted irrigation on the ball fields and wanted to look at some improvements to the batting cages. Right, it was recommended that the board, they should went first to the Board of Selectmen. So in order to ensure that all town committees and boards understand what the formal process is, we would like to recommend there be a formal process put in place so that everyone can be aware of if they need to contact somebody about a town property, they can do so. What we've recommended is all requests for maintenance, repairs, or improvements to town-owned buildings or land are first reviewed by the town administrator and/or Board of Selectmen. If If a request requires project planning, evaluation, and coordination, it may then be referred to the Town Properties Committee for assessment and recommendation.
I have no problem with that. I think that's a good idea.
Sounds good.
Definitely move things along smoothly.
So we will, I think the town website is still in the process of being updated. I think there's an upgrade by Civic Plus. So I'm just waiting for the person that runs all of that to give us permission to update to the town website. So we don't have to duplicate it. Moving on to the projects, the Town Hall front door project. So that project is moving forward. We just had on January 27th, we had a walkthrough with a couple of the bidders. The next scheduled deadline is February 6th, is the deadline for the bidder questions. February 9th is a final addendum, and 2/12 quotes are due. Next project is the fire station citations. So I'm just going to go through each one. Citation 1-4. I'm just going to put exactly what's on the citation. The condition is listed or labeled electrical equipment was not used or installed in accordance with instructions included in the listing or labeling. The fire chief has worked with the state and got permission to turn off the water pipes and have the electrical box covered with plastic as a short-term solution. 1-5, sufficient access and working space not provided and maintained about all electrical equipment. Parentheses, operating at 600 volts nominal or less to the ground to permit ready and safe operation and maintenance of such equipment. Corrective action, working space in front of electrical equipment is at least 3 feet away. So that, again, fire chief worked with the state in order to satisfy that as a short-term solution. 1-3, where wet processes were used, drainage was not maintained, or false floors, platforms, mats, or other dry standing places were not provided, where practicable, or waterproof foot care was not provided. Corrective action taken. An internal policy has been implemented to prevent standing water and has been accepted by the state as a short-term solution. And citation 1-1. The employee did not ensure that working surfaces are inspected regularly as necessary and maintained in safe condition. This one is still under review to determine what the next steps may be. And citation 1-2, places of employment were not kept clean to the extent that the nature of the work allowed. Corrective action, again, this one is under review, determine next steps. Any other updates?
No. Who issued these citations?
Excuse me?
Who issued these citations?
The state issued the citations against the fire station.
Department of Labor.
You mentioned that these were all short-term solutions. Is there a time limit when they expire and we need to have something more permanent in place, or what's the long-term
So
plan?
the current process is I need to provide updates once every 2 weeks on the progress of these. I'm not sure if has the state determined any timelines around these solutions.
No, none of the emails that I've sent with the updates have been responded to in terms of next steps or needing to file for an additional extension. I think the biggest ones that will require long-term solution are whether or not we need to move the water that feeds the recreational fields, the leak in the roof, and the water that builds up in the HVAC system are the three that will likely require long-term planning costs.
If I can ask you, if you're going to speak, to please identify yourself.
So, yes,
Okay.
Cheryl Duddy, Chief of the Fire Department.
Moving on to the municipal water project. Tentatively, we had a tentative scheduled start date of April 1st, 2026. There is a grant that we did submit to the state that may give us some supplemental income around that. We are awaiting full project plans with dates and impediments to those plans. We're also waiting for an architectural diagram, and we're also waiting for a copy of the current contract from the project manager. There's no particular updates further at this time on this project. The basement moisture and air quality. This project has been closed after confirmation that the town was purchasing dehumidifiers and town maintenance was to install the dehumidifiers downstairs, so that project should be closed. Fire station, so basically so far what we've implemented a communication strategy, how we're going to communicate to the town. That has been posted on the town website. We've also implemented a community update, which allows the committee to focus on developing a long-term strategy to ensure any future fire station facility aligns with the evolving needs of the community and the fire service. Focus will be on transparency, tax impact, and multiple design options. We've scheduled, basically we're running it in 4 phases. Phase 1 is we're calling is education and listening. The first, we haven't published this yet online. It's February 7th, this Saturday, should be at 10 a.m. and February 9th at 6 p.m. should be the next meeting. Again, the goal of phase 1 is to present the data that we've gathered, provide clear factual context so residents can understand the information and form their own informed conclusions, while also explaining how the committee is analyzing the data to guide its recommendations. And some of the other miscellaneous stuff that we're doing, so the mission statement we just went through and got approved. Town website, we've added a new folder called the Fire Station Project. It's going to be located under quick links. There was a recommendation at the last meeting to put it where the 40B was, but we're not allowed to do that because that requires a Civic Plus update. It's not something that our IT person can do. Right now, if you look at the town website, it's actually on both places. It's actually under the town committee, town properties committee link and quick links, but I believe that's only because of the issue with the upgrade to the town website. Essentially, anything that we upgrade to the website today, after the upgrade is completed, we have to do again. We're trying to minimize the amount of updates we need to make to the town website. And then one of the other things, we do have an open meeting law complaint that was filed against the town properties committee. We are continuing to work with town council on that complaint, and more to come in regards to how the next steps on what we need to do as a committee and what we need to do regarding some of the projects that we're working on. The last item to stand is monthly project updates like this. Our initial proposal is we'll provide something in writing to the selectmen and the town administrator. If we need to present every month in a selectmen meeting, we can certainly do that. If not, we'll present it to the town selectmen and the administrator. You'll give the approval on it, and then we'll post it to the town website.
Isn't there a timeline, a time limit for the response to the open meeting law complaint?
There is, council did act on it though and reached out to the complainant to come up with a
So we're
proper
covered from that?
solution.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
May I ask one question? 27, the front door, 212. You said something was happening.
Mr. Wallace, please identify yourself.
Beg your pardon?
Please identify yourself.
Oh, Mark Wallace, Mayflower Road. And I didn't get what was happening on 212.
212, quotes are due from the bidders that want to bid on the project.
Thank you.
Pia, do you mind if I could get a copy of the list that you just went
I
through?
have a copy for everyone here.
Oh, great.
I can give
Thank you.
everyone.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
In conjunction with the website, social media, like our town Facebook page and so forth, we got plans for using that too?
Yeah, in our phase, in our community update, as far as communication, we do want to use social media to communicate, but it's not going to be, it's only going to be, please refer to town website for updates on fire station. It's not going to be any
Perfect.
forth communication.
This is what I was going to suggest, and just get people to know that they can direct that traffic towards the website so that you have more detailed information, because that would be kind of hard on social media. Just, you don't have that audience in that case, so.
I'll also get you something set up in the lobby here. If you look at the bulletin board that's up front, there's something for everybody. I'll get you a section and it will say Town Properties Committee. A lot of people do when they come in to pay the taxes or go to the clerk's office, they will look at the bulletin boards here. So it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
something.
I think that's part of the written strategy we wrote up, but we can certainly.
But I'll get you a section.
Thank you.
Very good.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that and all your work.
I have a question. Joe Colonino, Prospect, Oregon. What's the time frame in all of this? I mean, to do something with the station on a permanent basis. It's not, and I hate to say it's not, I don't want to say it's not making it cheaper, but most likely it'll get more expensive as we go on. I think you can post everything that you want to post all over the world. Bottom line is when people come to town meeting, they're gonna look at the numbers. They're not gonna know about, what it takes to run a fire station unless they've been there. The safety of the people. And besides all that, what's the next step in resolving this fire station issue? And that's a question to everybody. So all who have an opinion, please tell me.
Yep, so again, what we're trying to do is listen to what the residents said at the last time, at the meeting when the last proposal was turned down by the residents.
I can
So
tell you what they think.
What we're looking to do is educate everybody on the current operations, understand, and get a better, have everybody have a better understanding of what the issues are with the current fire station, what the potential future looks like for the town from a population perspective, from an EMS response time perspective, and then we go into so phase 2 will go into leading into giving some more, trying to project what the future looks like for fire services. And we'll go into what the potential locations selections may be, and it's going to provide 3 or 4 different options in regards to meeting what the operational needs are of the town and the residents.
We're gonna go back into the future again. So
Yeah, from a time frame perspective, right now, we're just trying to educate everybody and come up with those. We're not gonna make any decisions in phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is about gathering the information to understand what the operations looks like today. Phase 2 is more like understanding what the future operation might look like, and putting out some options to the residents to get their feedback on. And then phase 3 will get more into narrowing down which option the town feels would meet the needs of the fire service personnel as well as the residents over the long term.
how much would it cost to rebid the existing project?
I do not know what it would cost off the top of my head, but I think based off of the feedback that we've gotten, not only at the last town meeting, but also as we've gotten ourselves ingrained into this process, we don't feel that would be a very successful endeavor.
People don't care about, they want to know how much it's going to cost them in the long run.
Absolutely, and that's what we're focused on.
Yeah.
That's why we said one of the most important aspects of this is looking at the overall tax impact to the residents.
Okay. You don't think you can rebid the project as it stands, perhaps with a better quote than $14 million?
I don't think the residents, we're not producing anything that's changed
Okay.
from the town proposal, so
Well, you would be
speaking
if
for
you
myself,
rebid it, you got a lower price.
Should they have their own meeting on
I just don't think the town residents would vote for the approval of it after it was just denied a year ago without changing something that shows the benefit to the residents.
Benefit would be if you get somebody to bid on the job that comes in lower.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. So I think we just need to look at the operational needs of it, and then maybe we come up with the same solution based off of the information that we have.
Well, operational.
Excuse me, folks, I'm going to have to kind of, if we're getting a little off track here as far as what the purpose of this particular meeting is.
Mr. Bory, I I had a question. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think some of the information gathering that you just referred to, hasn't that already been completed in terms of like the current conditions of the firehouse and certainly the call rate and all of those things? Wouldn't that have been done by previous iteration of the TPC?
It may have been, but we did not get any.
Just think a better forum for that in view of how our time is limited as far as what the selectmen's meeting at this time, and also we don't want to violate any open meeting laws by having this expand beyond what the topic is and what was on the agenda, which was an update from the Town Properties Committee. I think it's probably better to go to one of the Town Properties meetings and then open that discussion at that time. And I believe there's one this evening, correct? It's next week? Saturday. Okay. Okay, what time is that, Mr. Boyer? 10 a.m., and that's going to be here, in this room? Okay. Okay, so, moving on, our next agenda item is the... Update from the Recreation Commission on current projects and the skating rink approval.
If you wanted to just talk about the project, it was a couple of years ago when it was at town meeting and the funds, so if you, I know insurance, it will be covered, they want proper signage, things like that, and so what you've presented in the package that you sent to us looks great. I don't know if you just want to talk about how you're going to assemble it, where it's going to be, just so the public will know. This is kind of like a in-house, this will get passed around.
Snow goes away. Right, because we need no snow to put it down. I believe it's 60 by 100, and we've marked out the spot on the revamped field, the small field. We've come up with a list of oversight signage, I think that we've already submitted. When it will be available, when the lights go on, when the lights shut off. With the determination of whether the United States are posted. Some of this was taken from other towns in the area, some of it is from our community. But the goal is to hopefully get it up if we get a warm blast, and then it freezes again. We may have missed our opportunity this year, right? It all depends on how long the snow stays around. So if we don't get it up soon, then we'll end up waiting until next fall, mid-fall before we put it up.
We structured the hours around, Becky Archibald, Recreation Committee. We structured the hours around when the town hall would be open so that we're not, having problems with parking. And same thing with the library. So most days it would only open at 2 o'clock. If there was, school vacation week or something like that, then that would be revisited on a temporary basis for opening at different times.
There might be some folks in town that would want to utilize the rink though during off-peak hours, so maybe I would suggest maybe reconsidering that part of it. They might, a couple days a week, opening at 10 a.m. There might be some seniors out there that would like to have some relatively unobstructed use of the rink.
What day is town hall now? Friday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I think that's easy to do Friday.
Yeah.
I think we plan on it for Saturdays and Sundays as well.
And we're usually in by 9, everybody is, office is open at 9. A lot of us are in between like by 8:30, the latest, the majority of us. You can see how, park this way, might be something for over there. I don't know what the library just said, not on a Saturday for parking, because he is busy. Do you know how many attendants that you'd have during your office hours? Skating
We
time?
have it open 7 days a week, so, obviously I think the weekends would be busier, but I
Right.
don't know that you're gonna get flooded at any particular time unless there was like, we were talking with Faze about doing like Friday nights where they go to the snack shack, or maybe possibly like sometime on Sundays. So I think those would probably be your busier times, with the lights on, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So much of it is weather dependent,
Yeah.
right? Not only is the ice okay, but if it's -12, nobody's gonna be there.
You'd be surprised, these kids don't care what they skate in.
But, I mean, our hope is that it gets used every day. I mean, we can double, triple the amount that Wednesday or Friday afternoon. But the town's never really had a organized skating rink, so we're kind of waiting to see what happens.
And you were gonna get the water from,
So I spoke
Chief?
to Chief, using the tanker truck. I think we figured $1.5 million. We feel like we ran out of guys, so we're gonna like pond water. It's gonna be a light blue color. So that would come once it's assembled.
okay, because I know people will probably look at that and ask us where the water came from.
Can you guys just do a formal vote to approve their request form?
Yes. May I make a motion to approve the request for use of town property for a seasonal ice rink skating rink at Holt Field. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just one question. Do we have to make this request every year, or is this
No, it would just be standing whenever you're going to open it up.
You could always let us know. We'll announce it for you as correspondence,
sure.
next year.
Also post to social media too, like, so say next year if you get a cold spell and you get it set up, you might want us to put something on social media just telling people that it's open.
I just wanted to clarify the liability. So were you folks in touch with our insurance, or was that you?
We was.
Were you? And do we have something in writing? I just want to make sure we're covered, that's all.
So we are covered, skating rinks are covered.
Okay.
Inflatable skating rinks are not covered.
Right.
So, are you, I'm like,
This isn't inflatable.
are you going to be having anybody sign a waiver? Is there anything like that you're putting in place?
It says that you're skating at your own risk.
And before you send these to the
Thank you,
printers,
Liz.
please correct the typo.
Nice if I read that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for all your work and all the other stuff that you folks have been doing with the Rec Commission.
You invited us for open, oh, that was Pays. Never. Looking at you like you're doing everything.
No other comments or otherwise, you're good?
Pays.
No, I'm good.
I think we're good. Okay.
Thanks, Chief.
Okay, our next agenda item will be approval and posting of the annual town elections calendar and ballot positions. Chance to review it? Okay, I make a motion to approve and have posted the annual town elections calendar and ballot positions. Do I have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're on to warrants paid.
$1,926.66.
Excellent. All right, thank you, folks.
Thank you.
And town administrator updates?
So we've been busy working on fiscal '27 budget preparation, and we just started getting some warrant articles in. The finance committee met last week and heard a proposal from Jason Frazier regarding Silver Lake capital improvements. And that meeting was recorded and is available on YouTube, should anybody want to go back and watch it. So more to come, but we're well underway as far as budget preparations and receiving warrant articles is concerned. I have a few items in correspondence, and then I was also going to have Bree give a quick update. We've had some Windows issues at this building and some issues at the library. But first we have here a use of town property request. This is for the annual Best Buddies Challenge. It's the bike race scheduled to be on our town roadways on May 30th, 2026. That one, if you don't mind just taking a vote to approve their request pending sign-offs from police, fire, and highway, that would be good so that we can get back to them.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the request for use of town property for the Best Buddies Challenge, pending the departmental sign-offs from police, fire, and highway. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then also in correspondence, we are in receipt of a letter from a resident just noting that they've experienced some speeding on Main Street, even in particular to the police department when they're responding to calls. This has been forwarded to the police department and the chief of police specifically for response. So they've been working on just kind of checking in with all of their officers and making sure that we don't have any issues as far as excessive speed on the roads, whether by officers themselves responding to emergencies or residents. That's all I have. And then if Bree, if you don't mind just giving a quick update on the building issues.
So we have some issues going on in the building here, the townhouse, in the Council on Aging. All of the windows are leaking, and it's from an ice dam. It's coming in from the inside, so it's coming through the wall and coming down. We do have some ice dam things that we had purchased to stop water and to hold it, and they are working, but it is quite messy in there. It's nothing to shut the building down for any reason, so I know we have replacement tiles. Steve Sarro's on it and working on it. Colleen came in over the weekend, I came in over the weekend, and Steve did as well, so. And it's from ice dams. It's coming down that side and dripping down into the windows, but we're on it. The same thing did also happen at the library, and the Chief Duddy and Captain Sherstead helped in that situation to help remedy the issues over there. I did purchase another box of ice dams because you cannot reuse them, from what I found out. But they're good for months at a time, so we will leave that set up in each window. Hopefully other windows don't. I ordered another box of them today. I also purchased a snow scraper. So we will own one. So we did borrow them. Robbie from the highway department, the highway superintendent, did bring up 2 of them, so we got the library taken care of. So, but we didn't own one, we did purchase.
Roof rake, you mean?
The roof rake, yep. That's what it's called, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding, ding. So, hopefully, but it's pretty messy. I see it getting a little worse before it gets a little better. But it's pretty nasty out there. But all the other buildings are good so far, so we're happy. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you for the update. In minutes from January 12th,
Will be next week.
okay, pass on that. Dates to remember, the next Board of Selectmen's regular open meeting is scheduled for February 23rd, and that should be at 2 p.m. I did want to make a comment and put kudos out to Rob Furlot and the Highway Department in this past storm. Having driven around in many of the different municipalities, I think that that particular department did an absolutely extraordinary job, did a lot of work on that and stayed ahead of it, providing our emergency personnel to be able to do their services as well. And it's a great partnership between the three in order to do that and make that happen. As we mentioned also, there is going to be a Town Properties Committee meeting this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So some of the topics we brought up can be addressed at that time. And last one, go Pats. Anything, Mr. Sides?
No, I'll just add my thanks to the public safety folks and the highway department for the great job that they did keeping us all safe and roads navigable. And go Pats.
You're not going to say anything about the Bruins? I'm surprised.
I'm embarrassed by the Bruins.
Okay, fair enough.
Celtics won. The Celtics won. Mm-hmm. Or something.
All right, I make a motion to adjourn the Board of Selectmen's meeting for today.
Second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we are so adjourned.